Did you know that Bluey hides a lot of secret meanings and strange facts from you? I bet I can tell you more facts that you didn't know about to test how much of a fan you are.
For real life?
For example, if you take a close look at Bluey's back, you'll spot 3 little round marks. At first, they just look like random spots. But when you put them together, they form something very familiar. Mickey Mouse's head. It's one of those tiny details most people never notice, but it's not there by accident. The creators added it as a quiet nod to Disney, the company that helped take Bluey from Australia to the entire world. A subtle thank you hidden right in plain sight. But even though Bluey might be one of Disney's biggest hits right now, here's the thing. Disney didn't even make it. The show actually comes from an Australian studio called Ludo, and Disney just takes care of showing it around the world. But that also means they get to decide what episodes you're allowed to watch. If you take the little homage they did with Mickey's head, you would think that Disney really lets the creators free to do what they want, right? Well, guess what? One time, Disney really overdid it. They completely banned an episode called Dad Baby. Yeah, I kid you not. All because Bandit pretends to be pregnant during a make-believe game with Bluey and Bingo. Bro, that's obviously just a joke. Disney probably thought some parents might complain, but the fans didn't see any problem at all. The episode's still on YouTube and everyone loves it. Looks like this time, Disney was the only one who didn't get the joke. But if you have a better sense of humor than that, then you're in the right place, because today we have a bunch of other Bluey facts that'll blow your mind. So grab your popcorn, because this is Bluey Bingoverse.
Hello.
Before Bluey became the face of the show, there was another pup ready to take the spotlight, Rusty. You know, the red dog who's obsessed with cricket and looks almost exactly like Bluey? That's not just a coincidence. In the early stages of development, Rusty was actually supposed to be the main character. At one point, the official Bluey website even listed him as Bluey's cousin. Maybe a mistake. Or maybe not. It could mean that originally, the two were meant to be much closer. Eventually, the plan changed and Bluey took the lead role, but Rusty's design still carries traces of what the show could have been if things had gone differently. Joe Brumm himself said that he's his favorite character, but since he has 2 daughters, it would be easier for him to connect to that world, and that's why Bluey and Bingo became the main ones. Now tell us, are you also a fan of Rusty? Then let us know with the hashtag Rusty in the comments. Maybe if they see this, they'll give him his own show. Did you know that there are 66 different dog breeds in Bluey, each with their own look, personality, and little quirks? Sure, there are other animals around like birds, tadpoles, goldfish, even bugs. But none of them talk or live like people the way dogs do. Only dogs have that privilege in Bluey's world, and I think that's great because it keeps everything consistent, while still making the world feel full and diverse. And when you realize there are characters from places like New Zealand, Canada, and Scotland, you see it's actually way more global than most fans ever notice. And I bet you had no idea about the next one. Check it out. Socks is Bluey's little cousin, but from the very beginning, she stands out from the rest of the pups. She crawls on all 4s, howls instead of talking, and sometimes bites things, even more than the baby characters do. The show never directly explains why, but many fans believe Socks might represent a child on the autism spectrum. Her behavior reflects how some kids experience and interact with the world in their own unique ways. What's beautiful is that Bluey never turns it into a big reveal or lesson. It's just part of who she is. It's a quiet, genuine way of showing real neurodiversity with respect and warmth. And speaking about warmth, going back to the creators' family, many of Bluey's characters aren't just made up. They're based on real people from Joe Brumm's own life. Bandit was inspired by Joe himself, while Stripe and Radley represent his real brothers. Even Nana's voice? That's Joe's actual mom. His White also works on the show and voices one of the side characters. Knowing that gives the series a whole new depth, right? Some fans even think that the tension between Nana and Grandpa Bob, or the way Stripe parents Muffin, might reflect real family moments that Joe has lived through. In the end, maybe what we're seeing on screen isn't just fiction, it's family stories turned into animation. Do you also agree that Bluey is more of a family sitcom than a kids show? Then subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell for even more cool insights like the next one. If you pay attention during Bluey episodes, you'll sometimes catch a strange little figure hiding in the background, a super stretched dachshund known as Long Dog. It never talks, never moves, and isn't part of the story at all. That's because it started as an inside joke between the animators, who just wanted to see if their co-workers would notice. And they did, but the fans also noticed and loved it. Over time, Long Dog became one of Bluey's favorite Easter eggs to hunt for. Some people think it was inspired by the old internet meme Long Cat, just with a Bluey-style twist. These days, Long Dog pops up in almost every episode if you know where to look, and you should definitely look for the next fact about Bluey. Did you know Bandit's job is an old dog joke? He's not just Bluey's fun, goofy dad. He's also an archaeologist. On the surface, that's a funny pun. Dogs love to dig bones, and Bandit literally does that for a living. But there's more behind the joke than meets the eye. His profession is actually a tribute to Joe Brum's real-life brother, who's also an archaeologist. That tiny detail turns a simple dad gag into something more personal. A little blend of family love and clever humor. It's one of those touches that makes Bluey so special. Simple on the outside, but filled with meaning if you know where to look. And I bet you didn't notice this hidden fact about Jean-Luc. He is the Canadian pup Bluey meets during a camping trip. And unlike everyone else in the show, he doesn't speak English, he speaks French, making him the only character in Bluey's entire world who uses another language. Did you ever realize that? Even though Bluey and Jean-Luc can't understand each other at first, they still manage to play, laugh, and become best friends. The show never adds subtitles or translations, it just lets the friendship speak for itself. It's a quiet but powerful reminder that kids can connect, no matter the language, and no need for translation. And there's something else that doesn't translate too well, and Chili might be sad when she finds out. Wendy is usually that distant neighbor who barely says a word, but little by little, her cold attitude starts to warm up. In Ragdoll, she doesn't just help Bandit, she picks him up, plays along with his goofy act, and even puts him in her car. And Bandit doesn't look embarrassed at all. He actually seems pretty comfortable, maybe too comfortable. In fact, he even gives a good look at her legs and compliments her quads. Later, in Sheepdog, Wendy gives Bandit a haircut while he sits calmly, letting her get close without hesitation, but she gets real mad when Bandit crosses the line and headbutts her in the bum.
That will not happen twice.
And in Dirt, he immediately notices her new look and compliments her with a soft tone. These little moments feel different, more personal than friendly. Something's definitely changed between them, and fans can't stop talking about it. But Chili might be getting her revenge real soon. Check this out. In the library episode, Chili greets Stripe with a quick kiss on the cheek. It's brief, casual, but for some fans, it felt just a little too friendly. After all, Stripe is Bandit's brother, so the gesture definitely stood out, especially when it's followed by that quiet kitchen moment. Just the two of them chatting over coffee while the kids play nearby. That tiny scene was enough to spark a storm of fan theories online, with people wondering if there was something more between them. But the show itself never hints at anything deeper. Most likely, it's exactly what it looks like. Just a warm, friendly hello that fans might have read a little too much into. But what do you think about it? Tell us your favorite theory in the comments.